welcome everyone and thank you all for being here as we recognize the stakeholders who are changing the lives of our Guam foster children. Before we begin, I'd like to recognize the Honorable Governor Eddie Baza Calvo and his lovely wife, First Lady Christine Calvo. From the Department of Public Health and Social Services, Director James Gillen, I'd like to welcome James Gillen. I'd like to welcome Sister Bridget Harris from the Alley Shelter. They celebrate 20 years this year. All the representatives from Sanctuary Incorporated, Harvest House, the Bureau of Social Services Administration from the Public Health and Social Services, and all of foster families here today. Welcome the governor to make a few remarks.
Hey, thank you so much. Man, I want this guy to come up with me here. I'm nervous because I'm usually, when I do a proclamation, I'm usually not with my wife. I get really nervous when my wife's around. Come on, you sit down with me, my young man. I just want to welcome everyone here. Again, we have our partners in public health, Jim, and again, the great work that our Department of Public Health is doing in providing so many services to our people of Guam. I want to acknowledge and welcome again Sister Bridget from Alicia for 20 years of again doing God's work. Thank you so much. To again our friends from Harvest. You know, when our kids were growing up, we had them going to Harvest Christian Academy too. And not only is it a great institution in terms of academics, but also for spiritual growth as well. And again, what a lot of the members of the Harvest congregation do in terms of helping our most needy, particularly through our future. And those that are these young children that in their most difficult time need that support, and you're there. So I want to welcome all of you, all the support group for our kids, from whether you're from the government, NGOs, from parishes and congregations, to all of you here that are supporting, again, Guam Foster Care Month. I was looking at the newspaper about 3 days ago, and I'm sure you saw a tragedy that occurred in Bangladesh, and it was a building, a factory building, and I think it collapsed. And at the last count, I think they're almost at 600, between 500 and 600 fatalities of this concrete structure that collapsed. And as this terrible tragedy unfolds, they're trying to find out the question as to what happened. How did this ever occur? And I thought, and you're probably thinking, how does it relate to this? And I thought about it because in Guam we do have everything's concrete structure. It should be strong. But if you have substandard structure, if you're found, especially when it comes to your foundation, if no matter how strong a building is, and you built it with the nicest material, if your foundation is weak, then sooner or later the whole building will come tumbling down. Fortunately, that happened in Bangladesh. Then I think about our society. I think the whole basis for a strong and stable society is on the family unit. And from the strength of a family unit, what passes on from one generation to the next, that legacy instills and probably sets the direction of how that community and how society will move forward, and whether it will be strong or whether it will crumble. And how I liken it to now where we're here today and what Foster Care Month is all about. When I look at these precious children here, you hear that? By the way, I have 6 kids and 2 grandchildren. This is Judy to my, this is just like me in the dinner table. To me, that's a sound of life, the sign of happiness and hope and joy. But we also understand that like what I just mentioned about the foundation of a society is in the family. If that family foundation is weak and it collapses, and the individual child in a very important time does not have that strength and stability, that will lead to the collapse of a family and ultimately the collapse of a society. And when I see, and unfortunately, it's not only in Guam, it's everywhere, in the United States and other areas, we have the unfortunate situation where we have so much of our hopes, so much of our joys, this future of ours, these babies and their kids, for whatever reason, they cannot have the support and the love of their biological parents. And when something like that does happen, guardian angels come in, those such as foster parents that fill that void, that give that solid, concrete foundation of love and support. And in their most difficult and most, how would you say, important time for this young future of ours to grow, you give them that love. And what that means to them as they grow and they raise their own families and they also grow in a community and society. What that means, what you have just done, and whether it's for a few weeks or a few months or a few years, that paves the way for the next 20, 30, 50, 100 years. That's what's so important, and that's why I believe foster parents should be brought forward to the attention with a lot of accolades, and also Sister Brigitte Ali, that for those times of trauma, when we don't have enough foster families, where to give that, a certain institution, give them that love. For all of you in public health that are there to support as well, you are that glue, you are that foundation, that cement foundation that ensures a strong family, a strong community, and a strong society in the years and generations ahead. So with that, I want to thank you so much. Congratulations, God bless.